Hi everyone. Thank you for joining August 2023's Stampin' Class by Mail. I'm Gina Wieselman of MySweetPaper.com, and I've teamed up with Brenda Cardinal, another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, to offer these monthly classes by mail. This month, Brenda will show you how to stamp and assemble your cards, and next month it'll be my turn. Have fun making your cards. Here's Brenda with the second of the 3 card designs. Follow the links in the video descriptions to access both of the other designs.
Thanks, Gina. Are you ready to make some unique cards featuring the Earthen Elegance suite from Stampin' Up's 2023 to 2024 annual catalog? I'm Brenda Cardinal of stampintulip.stampinup.net, and I can't wait to show you how to stamp and assemble your cards. If you order a Stampin' Class by Mail kit from either Gina or me, you already have your cardstock and embellishments cut and ready to go to make 3 each of our 3 card designs. Just pull out the stamp set and ink pads and a few supplies shown here. If you didn't order a Stampin' Class by Mail kit and would like supply lists and measurements for each of our card designs, click the link below in the video description to join one of our email lists for that exclusive content and also to receive invites for our future Stampin' classes. To place a Stampin' Up! Order and qualify for our promotions, make sure you use the host code provided in the video description. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Please reach out to Gina or me if you need any stamping supplies, or would like to chat about becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or hosting a Stampin' Up! Event. Let's get started. Our second card is our Moody Mauve Gratitude card. If you order a Stampin' Class by Mail kit, all the parts and pieces were cut to size and shipped to you. If you didn't order a kit and would like to receive the measurements, go ahead and follow the link in the video description to sign up for one of our email lists. Let's get started with our stamping. The first thing we're going to do is stamp our pot. And for this card, the ink we'll be using is the Moody Mauve in color. This is another one of our brand new in colors. The pot was die cut with our Earthen texture dies. And one thing I want to point out to you is the die cut is actually smaller than the stamped image. So it's a little forgiving when we stamp it. However, if you ordered a class kit by mail, we did include the relief image if you want to get out one of your stamp positioners to stamp it exactly. But we're going to give it a try here. I'll bring in my scratch paper and I'll ink up my stamp and stamp it down. And there we go. Not too bad. I was off a little bit. Let's try it again. We just flip it over. I think that's better. Let's see. Yep, it's a little bit better. You'll notice that the top here is not exactly straight, but we're going to add handles to our pot, so it'll all work out in the end. So I'm going to set that aside and remove my scratch paper. I'm also going to stamp a pot on my envelope. And I'm also going to stamp a pot on the inside of my card. So get my very vanilla card base here. And along with that, I'm going to stamp a greeting on the inside. Now, you don't have to stamp a greeting if you don't want to. Sometimes it's nice to leave them blank so that they're ready to go for whatever occasion you need them for. And then I'm going to set that aside. Next, we're going to stamp our With Gratitude greeting on our Moody Mauve strip. This one was again punched with the Banners Pick-a-Punch. All right, and we'll set that aside. And that is all of our stamping. So to begin, we're going to actually do this top layer here, and that consists of our very vanilla piece that has been embossed with the Basics 3D embossing folders, and we use the crosshatch. This is one of the online exclusive products that Stampin' Up! Has available, so you can only find it online. You won't find it in any of our catalogs. And what's cool about this Basics is it comes with 3 embossing folders in the one package. And the crosshatch one happens to be one of my favorites. Next, we're going to take our Designer Series paper And you see we're going to work a torn edge. Some people like that, some people don't. If you don't like that, you could actually maybe just angle cut it if you want, because we want to allow a space for our fan die cut to fit in that space. So I'm going to start low here, and I'm going to work this way. And I'm going to actually flip it over and do that because the paper has a white core to it, and I decided I didn't like the white core look for my card. And you can decide which way you want to tear it. Do you see that white core? Yeah. So before I attach it, I'm going to lay it down here, and I'm going to bring my pot in with the handle and my fan that was die cut, and just get a sense of, do I like where that's landing? And I think I do. I think that looks pretty good. And it's not lined up perfectly, but I can see that the tear here kind of goes around my fan, so I think that's good. So I'm going to attach that using my Stampin' seal. And I'm going to line all the cut edges up. I'm going to flip it over, and it's a little long on this side, so I'll trim that off. Okay. And then I'm going to keep decorating this topmost piece. So next, I'm going to assemble my pot. So I'm going to add my handles to my pot. Okay. And then I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal to my pot. And I'm going to get my little fan ready to go too. But before I attach it, what I want to show you here on this fan is, well, it die cut at a beautiful shape, and really when you die cut it, the stem is much longer, but to save on the this pretty luster paper, I decided not to cut the whole stem because I only need to tuck it in a little bit. But in each leaf of our fan, there's actually a score line. So to create some dimension, we can fold along that score line for each leaf. And then our fan leaf here has a bit more dimension. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, so I put some Stampin' Seal on my base, or I should say pot. I'm also going to add just a little of our liquid glue, and I'm going to add a little liquid glue here on our leaf fan as well. Now, I'm not going to glue down every petal because I don't want to lose that dimension that we just created by folding on all those score lines. So I'm just going to put this down loosely. I'm not going to put any pressure on it again, or yet, till I get my fan tucked in the way I want to. And it looks like my pot should be a little bit lower because my fan is bumping up against my Designer Series paper. Okay, I think I like the way that looks. And I'm going to angle tilt my fan just a little bit. If you want yours straight up, you can. I thought the tilt on the fan was kind of a nice, created a little bit of movement, I should say. And again, before I put too much pressure on my pot, I'm going to put some adhesive on my greeting, and I'm going to tuck that behind as well. And I'm going to pull it out, so whatever the distance between the notch and my words, I actually have that same distance between the E on gratitude and my pot. And I'm going to make sure that visually it's horizontal along that same line as the bottom of my very vanilla piece. Okay, so there we go. And then let's add our Moody Mauve in color dots. And you can place these wherever you'd like. All right. And then while that dries for just a second, we'll bring in our card base and we'll fold that in half using our bone folder to put a nice crease in it. And then we're going to pop this whole assembly up with dimensionals as well. So I think I'm going to use 6. I'm going to put 1 in each of the 4 corners and then a couple down the middle. And we'll remove those release papers. And then we'll center this up on the front of our card. Okay, and then if we bring back our envelope, there is our second card. Thanks for participating in this month's Stampin' Class by Mail, and now here's Gina with a few more things.
Thanks, Brenda. Make sure to follow the links in the video description for a few key things. Access to the other videos from this month's class, sign up for one of our email lists so you get all of our exclusive content, including the measurements for these card designs, access a special Pinterest board we curated with even more ways to use the class supplies, and see a sneak peek of next month's card designs featuring the Joy of Christmas suite by Stampin' Up. Thanks for participating, and don't forget to click subscribe on this YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Until next month, happy stamping.